Hi there, Jesse here with eTrailer. Today we'll be taking a look at and I'll show you how to install the eTrailer Class 3 custom fit hitch on our 2025 Subaru Outback. The Outback is a super practical car, however maybe you just need some extra storage out of it. You have the seats full a lot of the time, so this hitch is going to give you the ability to add on extra storage to the rear of the vehicle, whether it be a bike rack or a cargo carrier or something like that. And you can even do some light duty towing with the Outback. This hitch does install behind the bumper, so the cross beams are completely hidden. All you'll see from the rear of the vehicle is the receiver opening, which has a nice flat black finish, and your standard 2" by 2" opening. Behind that opening, we have another standard 5/8" pinhole. The pin and clip is not included with the hitch, however, many accessories will come with one included, and we have options available here at eTrailer. The safety cable loops are wire type. They're a round design, super easy to access with any safety cable you might have, whether it be an S or a clevis style like this. Now for some measurements. From the ground to the top of the inside of the collar, we have 15 1/4 inches. So just keep that in mind. That's sitting up pretty high. Any accessory you add on, I'd look for something with a straight shank or maybe a slight rise. From the center of the pinhole to the edge of the bumper is only 2.5 inches. So for that number, keep that in mind for any folding accessories that you might add on to ensure they don't make contact with the vehicle. As for the weight capacities with this hitch, we have a gross trailer weight of 3,500 pounds. That's the amount of weight that you can pull behind the vehicle. And we also have a maximum tongue weight of 350 pounds. That's the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch. Just be sure to double check your Subaru's owner's manual to ensure that your Outback can handle that weight safely. All in all, if you're looking for a hitch to add onto your Outback, you can't go wrong with this one. I really like the way the flat black finish looks on the vehicle. And as far as install goes, we do have to remove the fascia and do some trimming on it, but it's a pretty simple process and I can walk you through that. However, if it's not something that you're looking to do yourself, maybe you don't have the time, the space, or the tools to do so, feel free to check out our dealer locator. If you are looking to get this hitch set up yourself, then follow along and I'll show you how we did ours. We'll begin our install underneath the vehicle here. We have several push pin fasteners to remove from our fascia. So just work your way down the line, pop the center out. It helps to have a clip removal tool like this. You could also use a flathead screwdriver. It's just a little bit more difficult. Just pop the center out and then the rest of it should come out. We do have one more push fastener to remove in the wheel well here on both sides. And it's just another push pin fastener, just slightly different style. So removes the same. And now you can see our fascia is pretty free. I will add some painter's tape here just to keep any scratches from happening while I'm removing it. So I'll go over the other side and remove that fastener. Now for this step, I recommend having an extra set of hands. I have my great friend Tom here to help me. But from this point on, we're just going to start peeling back from the outside. We'll take a little bit of strength to get these clips popped loose, but you can just kind of work your way from the outside in. And then just check for any electrical connectors. It looks like we do have one over here on our driver's side. So to remove that, just push in on the center here and pull the plug out. Now we'll set this aside. So we have a sensor here that will just unplug the same way we unplugged that plug. Should just be able to push in on that tab and then pull out. Then from there we have some 14mm bolts to remove on our bumper here. On this bottom one, I'm going to leave a few threads in, just so when I go to remove the other side, the bumper won't come falling off on us. Now with all 6 of those removed, I'll just unthread this one and we'll set our bumper aside. Now we'll lift the hitch into place. I also have 2 of the bolts we just removed in hand. That's just going to help hold everything in place. Slide it through those holes there. And then I'll install 1 bolt on the bottom on both sides. Don't come underneath the vehicle because we need to run a carriage bolt to mount the bottom of our hitch to. So right behind this rubber cap is the hole that we need. So with a flathead screwdriver, just kind of dig in underneath it and work it out. Once that's off there, we'll take our fish wire here, feed it through coiled end first. It should come out our hole here. And we'll take that carriage bolt, thread it onto our coiled end, and pull it through. May have to wiggle a little bit to get to come through, and then we'll take our coil off. We'll get our flange nut and kind of put some pressure with your finger on the bolt so it doesn't spin. We'll just get that started for now and repeat that process on the other side. Now we can get our bumper beam reinstalled. For the threaded holes, we'll be using our included bolts with the conical tooth washers with the teeth facing the bumper. And for the studs, we'll just be reusing the old nuts. So we'll just get this slid into place and get all of our hardware started. We'll get everything tightened down. Our new bolts are 17 millimeters, or you'll need a 17 millimeter socket. So just go through, get everything tightened down. So it's kind of tight over here on the driver's side to tighten down our lower nut. You could come in with a flex head and maybe get it tightened down, but I'm going to lower our exhaust to get it out of the way. So I just sprayed some soapy water on the hanger here, and with a pry bar, just kind of work back and forth and get that one loose. And we have one more over here on the outside. And this one's pretty tough to get to, so I might have to reach in with my hand and hope that I can pop it loose. And as you see, I do have a cam strap supporting the exhaust. You could also use a floor jack or something like that. Get that loose and lower this down. And that should be just enough room to get a ratchet or something up in there. We can go ahead and torque all of our hardware down to the specification listed in the instructions. If you don't have your own torque wrench, we do have some options available here at eTrailer, or you could always rent one from your local auto parts store. Before we can reinstall our fascia, we will need to do a bit of trimming. I've already measured it out from this pinhole here. It's going to be 2.5 inches up and then 3.5 inches across. and then just draw a line straight down or use painter's tape like I did. You could use a multi-tool to do this cutting or something like a Dremel, anything you have that will work and that you're comfortable with. So I'll just start cutting. Once you get it cut out, we'll just come through with something sharp, a razor blade or a pocket knife, and clean up the edges. And once you're satisfied with your cuts, we can go ahead and reinstall the fascia just the opposite of how we took it off. Once we have the fascia reinstalled, that's going to do it for our look at and installation of the eTrailer hitch on our 2025 Subaru Outback.